Hello everybody, this is Bradley from Formula Talks, and today I'm going to be bringing you the official draws and events and races for the 2019 Race of Champions event at Mexico City that is taking place this weekend. So if you don't know what Race of Champions is, it's basically where a bunch of incredibly talented drivers come together, race all in the same cars, or two at a time, two drivers at a time racing the same cars in a head-to-head where they race the same circuit, 2 laps, and whoever does it in the quickest time wins. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, we have the Nations Cup, which is where 2 drivers from each nation that is entering, or sometimes some nations team up, and they basically go in a group system against the other nations, and they battle out for the most wins. So let's get straight into the group stage. So for the group stages of the Nations Cup, we have Team Germany in Group A that consists of Sebastian Vettel and Mick Schumacher. And now this isn't the first time Team Germany has been represented by Vettel and Schumacher. Just obviously this is a different Schumacher. And that is an incredibly talented lineup. Mick Schumacher, who is for sure a future Formula 1 driver, and Sebastian Vettel, who is a Formula 1 driver, obviously, at the moment. Next up, we have Team Mexico of Esteban Gutierrez, former Formula 1 driver. He did a couple of seasons in the sport. And Patricio O'Ward, who I believe, don't hold me on this, is a Indy Lights driver. I think it's something to do with Indy, I believe. Or I'm just completely wrong. I apologise for that. I'm not certain who he is. Next up, we have Team Infinitum Mexico. So, obviously, this is a Mexican lineup that consists of Mimo Rojas and Benito Guerra. Rojas is a 3-time Daytona 24-hour winner, which is obviously he's a pretty alright driver then. And Guerra, I have no clue what he does. I'm sorry, never heard of him, and that's annoying me. But Team France, sorry, I was a bit more insightful there. That would have been. But anyway, Team France, the final group, or the final team nation in Group A, consists of another Formula 1 driver in Pierre Gasly and an incredibly talented driver in Loic Duval. And I can see no other way where Team Germany and Team France are leading this group. They just have such talent. They have 2 sets of incredibly talented drivers. And to be honest, I can't wait for this weekend, this Saturday, to watch them battle out on the track because it should be incredibly entertaining. I think Team France will just win it because I think Mick Schumacher, he's not necessarily built a reputation in Race of Champions yet. It's his first jab at it. And I believe he could potentially let Team Germany down. Not necessarily for any fault of his own, just sheer lack of experience. Vettel's done like 8 Race of Champions events now. And yeah, that should be good. But also Pierre Gasly, who I don't believe has actually been in a Race of Champions event, but has the advantage of being a Formula 1 driver, being used to it. So, in all fairness, that group could go anyway, and often in Race of Champions, it does. In Group B, we have Team Brazil, that's Helio Castroneves and Lucas de Grassi, the Formula E World Champion, of course, and Helio Castroneves, who is also a very, very good driver. And Brazil definitely have a very, very good lineup there. And I, in all fairness, think they're going to win this group. Since we also have Team Telcel Mexico, that consists of Daniel Suarez and the Race of Champions Mexico Saturday winner. So they hold events and then this happens. I'm not quite sure what they're doing here, but they're basically making it so it's like a wild card entrance for whoever obviously wins the Race of Champions Mexico Saturday event. So that should be good. That's potentially going to hinder the team a little bit there. And we also have Team Sim Racing All Stars, which last year actually put up a relatively good show, beating the great British drivers, which was a good giggle. And that has Enzo Benito in it, a very established sim racing driver who is brilliant, and whoever wins the Race of Champions event. Now, that's going to be a group to look out for because these sim racers, they tend to be quite handy behind the wheel of a real car, so don't count them out by any means because they're normally quite good. Well, close, they put up a battle. Now, on to Group C, the final group in the Nations Cup, is Team Nordic, which consists of a brilliant lineup of Tom Christensen and Johan Kristoffersson. and that is a established lineup. That is a very established lineup relative to a lot of the other teams in here, and there's not much more to say for them. They should definitely be contesting at the top of Group C, and along with hopefully Team Great Britain, who consists of David Coulthard, who is by absolutely miles the most established driver in this event. He's always there. You can always count on him. And no Lando Norris this year. We have Andy Prio, who has done Race of Champions before, I believe. I believe he has. I think. And I can't comment on how he did because I'm not sure if he did it, but I'm assuming he must have done okay. But yeah, still, Andy Prio is a very established touring car driver, and he definitely knows how to drive a car. So don't count Team GB out this time. We can't be beaten by the sim racing drivers because they're in another group. Anyway, now on to Team USA, who are possibly the favourites to win the whole tournament with Ryan Hunter-Reay and Joseph Newgarden, because as they proved last year, they're brilliant. They're just too good at this event, and I can't. They must win Group C and then go on to win the knockout matches because there's two incredibly talented drivers for Team USA there. That is potentially, apart from maybe Team Germany, Team France, and maybe a push Team Brazil and Team Nordic, one of the best lineups on the grid. So I'm really looking forward to this tournament on the 19th of January. This is on the Saturday of the event, and it's pretty good viewing time for around the world because it's a late viewing for people in the UK and Europe, and it's good time for people in the Americas to watch it. So it's good timing for the event. So next up, we also now move on to the Drivers' Cup, which is set to be potentially better, and it normally can be incredibly good. So this event takes place on Sunday the 20th of January, so this is the day after at a similar time of day. And in Group A, we start off with Team GB driver David Coulthard. Obviously, yeah, Formula 1 Grand Prix winner, obviously. So he has. He's won the Race of Champions driver event once or twice. I don't revise this. I'm more of an F1 person. Give me a break. Along with Tom Christensen, a very good driver as well. That just says it. 9-time Le Mans 24-hour winner. That should just sum him up pretty well. Also, Group A is Patricio O'Ward. Oh, he's an Indy Lights champion. I got it right. Look at me go. Then we also have the winner of round 1A between Race of Champions Mexico Sunday winner and Andy Prio. So Andy Prio will be going up against a wild card entry, and whoever wins that head-to-head gets to go into Group A. So there's potentially two Brits in Group A right there. Now, Group B. Johan Kristoffersson, double Rallycross champion, obviously. Lucas di Grassi, 2017 Formula E champion. And Joseph Newgarden, and a winner of round 1B between Loic Duval and Helio Castroneves. And they're two established drivers, so that should be hopefully a pretty close race, and it should be very entertaining. But ultimately, I think it's going to be close at the top between Kristoffersson and Newgarden. That's my bold claim right there. I think Grassi will win a couple, but he won't quite be there. Group C, now this is where the views come in, and I've just dropped the remote, that is brilliant. But this is where the title is. Sebastian Vettel, obviously 4-time Formula 1 world champion, in a group of two Mexican drivers, of Daniel Suarez and Benito Guerra. He's a World Rally champion and the Xfinity Series champion in NASCAR, Daniel Suarez. And then the winner between Mimo Rojas and Mick Schumacher. So there we go, that was potentially, and that is the title of this video, Vettel v Schumacher. Potentially, and if Schumacher can get past that first hurdle, we'll be seeing it. Head-to-head between two German drivers should be pretty close and hopefully incredibly entertaining and a good giggle. Group D, the final group, we're getting right to the end of this video now. Pierre Gasly, French Formula 1 driver, obviously. Esteban Gutierrez, former Formula 1 driver. Hunter-Reay, incredibly established Indy driver, and the winner of round 1D between Enzo Benito and a 2019 EU Race of Champions champion. And that's straight out bad. I'm starting with these extra little races that they have, so just kind of get the group going. Enzo Benito and a 2019 E-Rock champion. That could be a big upset for Benito, because, as I said before, the E-Rock champions can handle themselves in the cars. They can put up a good fight, so I'm incredibly excited to see that. Pierre Gasly, brilliant drive, had a really good season in Formula 1 this year. Esteban Gutierrez, well, he can't finish 11th in this group because there's only 4, so that's a bit of a shame. That also would have been very funny. Ryan Hunter-Reay, he should be winning it just on experience and being such a brilliant driver. And then, yes, Enzo Benito was a 2019 E-Rock champion. I think either way, given this lineup, they're probably going to finish bottom of the grid. I reckon the E-Rock champion could maybe get a win, and Enzo Benito, I think, unfortunately, maybe walked over. But he can prove me wrong if he does it well. And guys, I think that's it for this video, because this has actually been longer than I thought it would be, because I've talked through all of the races, the groups, and it should be an incredibly exciting tournament. My prediction for the winner of the Race of Champions Driver Cup has to be... I reckon one of the American drivers could win it. I think one of the American drivers will nab it. I'm going to go Joseph Newgarden. I think he could win it because he is a very, very good driver. And he's normally quite good in Race of Champions. And runner-up, maybe Sebastian Vettel. We'll give him that. I'd like to see David Coulthard up there as well because he is incredibly established. But you never know. With some youth on the grid this year, they could show him who's boss. And, of course, for the Nations Cup draw thing, we're going to have to go for... Who are we going to go for here? Team Germany or Team USA. I'd have to guess again, because there's just such brilliant drivers there. I think Team Great Britain could get a bit of the way, then get knocked out. Team Brazil should get through their group. And... yeah, that's it really. I reckon Team USA could get a win then. Team Germany, of course, they should be up there. There's no excuse for them not to be. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like. And I'm really, really sorry if this video quality is incredibly low, the audio quality, the actual video, and if all the editing's a little bit off. It's because I'm not editing. I'm currently live streaming to record this, but I'm live streaming on private, so I can clip the video, edit it, and re-upload it. Because my editing software has broken. It's dead. So that's why we haven't been able to upload in the last 2 weeks now, which has really annoyed me. But we're getting close to start Formula 1 pre-season testing, which we will be covering incredibly heavily, and maybe even in live streams if we can't find a new compromise for the editing software being down. But the podcast should be coming back soon. We're trying to organise dates for that. And, of course, please do subscribe, like, comment. I'm happy to have a conversation with any of you. Tell me if I've got something wrong, and I will correct it, because I'm not going to get everything about all 20-odd drivers right. That's not... I can't do that. So if I have got something wrong, please tell me. I'll correct it in the comments. And, yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.